Hello, this is Dr. Mears, and today we're going to be learning a little bit about systems of linear equations in our course, Applications and Interpretations SL1. A system of equations means there's more than one equation that will be used. So for today, in our following example, we're going to be using two linear equations. Let's see what we have to do first. Number one, use technology to answer the following. First, we have to sketch the graphs of f of x equals 2 times x plus 3.5 and f of x equals 0.5 times x plus 7. So remember, when we sketch the graphs, we don't need to be perfect. This is just an overall picture of what the graphs look like on the calculator, especially because they say using technology. So what we can do is just do a coordinate plane, label it x and y, and take out your graphing calculator. We turn it on, and we're going to be pressing y equals. Now we see we have y1, y2, y3. So since we have two equations, I'm going to make this first one the y sub 1. And I just put the equation, and remember, this is your xt theta n button. And I'm going to put the second one in. There we go. Now, please notice these numbers are under 10. Our slope here, 2 is under 10, 3.5 is under 10. We don't have large numbers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press zoom, and then see where it says standard? I'm going to press that. And what this does, it gives us a nice graph where on the x-axis it goes from positive 10 to negative 10, and then on the y-axis it goes from positive 10 to negative 10. And if you notice, we have the red line and the blue line. So what we can do is look to see generally where they cross the y-axis. So this looks like it crosses at 1, 2, 3.5. So I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to do 10 lines. Just like the graphing calculator. And for this blue line right here, I'm going to go to 3.5. 1, 2, 3.5. And let's see where it crosses the x. It looks like it crosses just a little bit before the second line. So I'm going to put a dot there, and then what I'm going to do is I am going to connect them. And if you pushed your trace button here, if you push this trace right here, look how it jumped on the y-intercept. I got it right, 0, 3.5. And notice in the upper left-hand corner, you have y equals 2x plus 3.5. So I can label this as y equals 2x plus 3.5. It tells you what line is being graphed. I can also jump to the next line. Here we have, again, this is going to be the y-intercept. It's going to be 0, 7. You can round that. So I'm going to go up to 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and make a point there. And I don't have an x-intercept over here, but I know that it's going to cross, and it's going to look something like this. So, and then I'm going to label this y equals 0.5x plus 7. You can put the 0 in front if you want. So now I labeled my graphs. I'm just going to move over this label a little bit. Okay, so this, I'm going to actually put my label down here, y equals 2x plus 3.5, just so that it's out of the way, because I think this part right here, this intersection part, is going to be very important. So sorry for the erasing, everybody. Okay, so that's sketching the graph. Now what we need to do for part B is find the intersection point of the two graphs. So we need to find this point where they cross. So what point is this? And I'm going to show you how to do that. So see this calc button right here on the calculator? C-A-L-C, it's blue. So what we have to do is we need to calculate this. So I'm going to press the second button, and then I'm going to press that trace button, and I get to calculate. I'm going to write these down right here. I press second, and then I press trace, and that was the calculate button. Okay. Now I need to look at my menu. We have value. We have 0. We have a minimum and maximum. We have intersect. That's what I need. I need number 5, intersect. You're going to learn about all of these throughout this math course. And in my class, you actually picked up a nice calculator sheet. I might try to attach it to this video for those of you who don't have me. So I just have to get to that. But number 5, intersect, that's what we need, and you will learn about all of these other ones. So we're going to press 5, and notice the calculator, it says first curve. So when it says first curve, they're just talking about which line you want to do. So they're saying, hey, is this the first one you want? So we're going to press enter on that first line. And then see how it says second curve? So now they're just saying, hey, do you want this to be your second line? And we're going to press enter because yes, enter is yes. And then notice again, it says, do you want me to take a guess? And we definitely do. So we're going to press enter. And here's your intersection, 2.33, 8.1. I'm going to round that to 7. So 2.33. 8.17. The reason why I'm doing that, it's 3 significant figures, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So at the point where they intersect right here, this is the point 2.33, comma 8.17. Pretty neat. That's nice and easy. That's using the graphing calculator. Okay. Number 2, what do we have to do? We have to use algebra to find the intersection point of the graphs. So say we didn't have our calculator. We need to be able to graph it. We just had a 5-function calculator. So number 1, we have to set the equations equal to each other. What does that look like? So we have to take 2x plus 3.5, and we have to set that equal to 0.5x plus 7. Now after we do that, number 2 is to solve. So I'm using inverse operations here. So I'm going to minus 0.5 from both sides. And I can use a calculator for this. So 2 minus I don't even need the calculator, everybody. It's 1.5. Come on. So 1.5x plus, bring your 3.5 down, equals, bring your 7 down. Don't forget to bring that down. Okay, we're at a 2-step equation. We know we got this. Minus 3.5 from both sides. So we have 1.5x equals 7 minus 3.5 is 3.5. Divide by 1.5, divide by 1.5, crosses out. I'm going to go up here. My x is going to equal 3.5 divided by 1.5, 2.33. Look at that. Whoops. That's exactly what the calculator gave us, 2.33. So now that's the x value, 2.33. What do we need? Right, we need the y value. So our last step, number 3, is going to be substitute. Pick an equation. I don't care which one. I'm just going to use this first one. So in place of where the x is, I am going to put in the 2.33. So notice that. In place of the x, everybody, I substituted in 2.33. This is multiplication here. A lot of you had a little bit of difficulty on the last formative with that. So please notice 2 times 2.33 plus 3.5. 2 times 2.33 plus 3.5. And we'll get 8.16, which is fine. It's just round off error. So the reason why this came out to 1.7 is because I rounded it. Here, because I rounded this answer, this had a little bit of round off error, and that's absolutely fine. They're the same answer, just this one was rounded more. That's all. So same answer. We got it, and we got it using the algebra way. So first was to set the equation equal to each other. Then we needed to solve. We found our x value. Once we have x, We can substitute. We pick an equation to do that. Either one works. It doesn't matter. Either one. Just pick one. And then we put the x in, just like this. We do the math in the calculator, and we got our answer, 8.16. And this was just a little bit off, just because we rounded when we did the algebra. So this has been a little bit of systems of linear equations. Hope it helped.